How's it going, guys? Winner Kills here, and welcome to a brand new locals feature match. Here we are in round one for my locals this past Saturday, which I want to say was the 27th of August. Here we are in September. YCS Niagara drawing closer. Very, very excited to go into that. Being a VIP and all, it's going to be an interesting experience. But here we've got me on the left, yours truly piloting the Rikka Sunavalon technique versus a deck we haven't seen on the channel in who knows how long. I don't know what the last time I uploaded a live duel that had Salamangreat featured on it, but it's been probably a good while. So we have Salad versus the Rikka Sunavalon deck. Hopefully you guys are going to enjoy. Also, I do have a proposition about feature matches, kind of inspired from the man himself, Mr. Pack TCG. I saw him upload a couple of videos. Not sure how long ago they were uploaded, but they were titled like Pack Plays. Basically just long format videos of him playing at locals. No commentary, just raw footage. And it kind of took me back to the old school days of like older channels that I forget the names of, but would upload duel videos with just no commentary. Just you could get the players talking, you know, the background ambiance of the locals. And it was kind of nice, you know, you really get into the duel and, you know, hear what both players are saying and hear the thought process and, you know, all that stuff. Like, it was nice. A nice change of pace opposed to the commentary. So I was thinking about possibly experimenting that with that myself by uploading matches with no commentary, or uploading my own matches with no commentary if people want to see, you know, detailed gameplay of at a local setting of a certain deck that I'm playing. You know, I might do that. I might do that. I'm not going to ask if you guys really want to see it. It's just something I want to try myself. I mean, if you guys want to see it, let me know. If not, I guess let me know. So we'll see. I don't know. I used to do it in the past, and I want to get back to kind of maybe trying it again. Who knows? Also, less work for me at the end of the day, so I can't really complain about that. But either way, the Salamangreat end board ending on typical end board could have been a nib token, but you know, I don't play any hand traps in this particular variant inspired by the Euros build. I know the Roar is set in the back line. I think everything else is pretty much unknown, except I think everything else is pretty much unknown. So I'm basically just trying to play around what is probably a possible set imperm, and then also probably something along the lines of the Roar, right? I mean, obviously the Roar I know is back there. It's just about baiting out the Roar. What's the best way that I can go ahead and do that? Also play Dark Ruler in the main, and Dark Ruler might actually be in my hand, which is finding 0 value going in against this deck. At least with this particular end board, yeah. So there's the, I also have Mystic Mine too, which I thought was kind of funny. I almost was going to lead with the Mystic Mine, and in all honesty, I probably should have, because that would have gotten rid of the Roar, allowing the rest of my combo to go through successfully. He does end up roaring the Sowing, which is fine by me, because now I'm going to still kind of go like an alternate route here and use the battle phase as a bit of a advantage, or another way to play. Dryas will attack into the Jaguar. I'll take 12, and then since I took damage, I'll gain it back off of the Dryas and then summon out a Thrasher. No Thrasher effect, although I should have used Thrasher's effect to gain 800 and then attack into the Jaguar to get it off field. Right, just to clear an extra body while I'm in the battle phase, right? Using, you know, getting the most out of the battle phase. He could have protected with Balinks if he wanted to, but I don't think he would. We're going to normal Petal, get our Search, then go into Jasmine. And here I can't establish what I typically call like the triple threat end board with the, well, it's not an end board, but the triple threat board with the Rikka Sunavalon deck, where you have like the Jasmine, the Healer, and the second Dryas, but we're kind of close. He does have Imperm for the Jasmine, which I think is a pretty solid Imperm. I couldn't go into a second Jasmine there because I didn't have the extra body. But I do have Mudon in hand to keep playing, so Mudon's going to go ahead and tribute over the Jasmine, and then we're going to go ahead and activate the Con after we search off of the Mudon. And we're going to use Con effect to go ahead and set a Rikka Speller Trap directly from the deck. I have Primula in hand already. I also have Dark Ruler, I have Seed, and I have the Dark Ruler Oh, and Snowdrop, I think, isn't it? No, not Snowdrop. It's Dark Ruler, Mystic Mine, Primula, and Loki. That's what I meant to say. So, like, I could technically go ahead and grab just a Princess and not Tribute. And then, like, Tribute over the Mudon with the Princess to summon it in Loki. Then summon Primula. And then make everything a rank 4 or a level 4. But I figured I might as well just go for this play. Sometimes I tunnel vision on this play because it's so satisfying to do. Like, getting the 2 level 4s on board like this off of a Tribute. Especially off of Glamour, and then go into Strenna. Strenna detaches, putting your monster negate in grave, setting up your Strenna. You get a card back. I'm also playing World Carrot Weight in this video. I've been experimenting back and forth between 2 Primula and 1 Primula, 1 Carrot Weight. I really like the utility that you get from Carrot Weight for adding extra damage in OT King as I slap a Mine there on board. I think this also might be one of the first times I've ever activated Mystic Mine on the channel, which is definitely a first. This is like where the Mine is kind of awkward because now my opponent can easily out it just by linking off a bunch of things. And I kind of realized that as I was playing, and I'm like, this is not going to be as effective as, I could have just played Mine outright and forced the Roar and do my normal combo, right? And that way I don't have to worry about the sowing getting negated. Sure, I'm going to have to eat the Imperm at some point, but, we at least get that, Omnigate counter trap out of the way early on because he has to negate the Mine. I mean, there's no reason you don't negate the Mine there, in my opinion. You just, otherwise I just play through your entire board with Mine up. Well, not through the entire board, but, a good portion of it you can do. Especially if they have 3 monsters up, you can definitely play pretty well with Mine on board throughout the entire combo, I want to say. Yeah, definitely. So he's going to go ahead and link into the Heat Leo. Now we are both even in the monster count. He does not use Mirage Stalio effect in grave, but now he's going to go ahead and use the effect of the Jack Jaguar in grave, and he's going to attempt to put back the Sunlight Wolf to special summon it back out. And here I feel inclined to use the Snow, or the Rikka Princess. It used to be called Snow Princess. The Princess in grave to negate the Jack Jaguar. Of all things, I'm not really sure why, looking back, I decided to negate the Jaguar with Princess. I guess I was afraid of him getting another body on field to be able to make access code. So I was like, you know what, I'll put him on have another body in hand. And he did, because I think I knew he had Gazelle in hand already. So instead of going for a link 4 like access code, he's going to go for a Nightmare Phoenix. Phoenix and discard a cross out, popping the Mine. And I was going to negate the Phoenix, but then I was like, well, then I'm going to be under my own Mine, which I don't want to do. So definitely could have played things a little bit better here on my end. My opponent's going to follow up with a copy of Pot of Desires. And you're going to see a little interesting tech here from our Salamangreat players. Something that I definitely wasn't expecting. I don't know if this is like a commonplace thing with current Salamangreat decks. I could have no idea. Because I don't typically, keep up with salad decks this format. But my opponent is going to special summon a copy of Sprite Red from his hand, because he does control a Link 2 monster. It's also a fire, right? It's a monster negate. It helps beat Nibiru, which is basically the entire bane of the Salamangreat existence. So, I mean, I guess it all checks out, right? They're always going to be putting a Link 2 on field in the form of Sunlight Wolf, or in this case, the Phoenix. Tries to go into the splash mage there, but he's like, oh, I need 2 cybers. So looking at that transcode talker, there is a bit of a plan B. So going to the transcode talker, he does attempt to use the effect, of course, to bring back the Phoenix. And yeah, obviously I'm going to negate that. I mean, he was kind of between a rock and a hard place at this point, because if you don't use it, it's not doing anything. If you do use it, you lose it, and it's still technically not doing anything, right? But Envei's Petal is going to come back. I start my turn by activating the Petal, and now I'm basically trying to OTK here, which is something that I've found is sometimes hard to do with the deck. Sometimes, like I said. And that's why I wanted to try playing Carrot Weight again for this tournament in particular. Is because I was playing 2 Primula before in a previous locals this day. And then for the second locals, I was like, you know what, I'm going to try Carrot Weight instead of second Primula. just for that little bit of extra 1900 damage you can get sometimes mid-combo. You know, by getting it engraved, by either detaching it off a Streno or linking it off, whatever it may be. Add back the Mudon there. But my biggest gripe, honestly, with Carrot Weight is the fact that it's a Dark. And I like the fact that the Rikka deck currently, in the state without Carrot Weight, you can't use the Dark Charmer against it, which the Dark Charmer is, like, huge. It's, like, in a lot of people's extra deck right now. And the fact that you can, like, potentially put a card in your graveyard that's valuable to you that they can also just take for free doesn't seem too good. You could say the same thing about Iria, but I feel like Iria's, you know, quite a bit less popular than Dark Charmer is. So, I mean, you can't get around Iria, but you can definitely try to play around Dark, right? So I'm able to still establish, like, decent plant combo right now since I do have the second Sowing, which is coming up clutch. I never thought I'd like 2 Sowing until I tried it. So fair enough. We're going to go into Jasmine. Jasmine's going to bring out Lone Fire. And then we're going to link into Bengal Answer, bring back the Seed, and this is where I would now send off the Lone Fire or a card in my hand to bring back Carrot Weight, then Lone Fire into, like, a Princess, or not a Snow Princess, but a Snowdrop, and definitely secure a game there. But we are in a Game 2 situation now. Shout out to Imperium Duelist, guys. Check them out, the link below. And don't forget to use my discount code, WinnerKills10 off at checkout. And if you guys are buying anything on TCG Player, again, please do not forget to use my affiliate link down in the description of all my videos. So we're going to see Salad go first here, leading with Circle to summon out, well, add rather, the Jaguar. Linking the Jaguar into Balinks. It's going to be Chain Link 1, Balinks, Chain Link 2, well, Chain Link 1, Gazelle, Chain Link 2, Balinks. Obviously a bit more important to chain block the Gazelle than it is the Balinks, I believe. I think most people would probably feel that way. So he's going to go ahead and dump the Roar to get it back, and then he's going to go ahead and discard Spinny to boost some attack, and then summon the Spinny back via its effect overlaying for Mirage Stalio effect. To go ahead and summon out from the deck, and to summon Foxy. Getting Foxy access right now is kind of nice too, because the Rikka Con field spell is kind of problematic for a lot of decks to try to deal with. You know, being like a layer of darkness embedded into a combo deck, kind of nice, turns out, right? So having a little spell trap removal, in quotes, spell trap removal engrave is nice. Gonna relink for a second Sunlight Wolf here, and then it's gonna allow him to add back a Salamangreat spell or trap. And of course, he's able to get another body in that zone at points too. He can add back a Fire, which he's going to be able to do that with the help of Jaguar. You know, classic Salamangreat plays, right? The bread and butter salad plays that we're all used to. He's going to set 2, setting Roar, setting Circle, and passing turn. Now, I do have Evenly Matched in my hand. Kind of feeling nice about that. I've got Imperm as well. I think I opened up Sheet and some other nonsense. So I'm going to normal Rikka Princess. Or not Princess, Rikka Petal. My apologies, they both start with the letter P. And the effect of search is going to go ahead and resolve here. I did not think I would get this far at this point, but we do get the effect to go ahead and search a copy of Mudon. And I think I have Princess in hand, so I could technically summon the Princess, right? And then, you know, do other plays from there, like summon the Mudon. But I'm going to go ahead and link into Dryas, because it's a level 4 lower plant. And I can do my little battle phase shenanigan where I attempt to attack into the Jaguar, same end of board right here, same identical end board. You know, I'll take 12, try to take the 12. He negates with the Roar, and I'm like, all right, Roar's gone. This Evenly Matched can just go through now, and making him pretty much lose everything else. I really didn't expect him to negate the Dryas there, but I'm like, you know, if it's not a bad point necessarily to be able to negate that here in the battle phase, since, you know, I've already committed so much, committed my normal summon, committed my battle phase. I mean, if he negates this Evenly is going to go through. So we're going to go ahead and special summon the Princess in main phase 2, tribute it off for the Mudon. Mudon's going to add the classic, you know, Rikka Con. We're going to use Con to go ahead and set a Rikka spell or trap. We're going to go ahead and set the Glamour, and then I believe, I'm actually curious if I activate the Glamour. I do activate the Glamour. I'm going to tribute off his Mirage Stalio. I'm going to go ahead and grab the Carrot Weight and the Princess here. I'm not going to grab Primula because it's not going to be able to trigger. since I attributed my opponent's monster, not my own. So I'm just going to grab the carrot weight as like an extra body. And then we're going to set 2 and pass. So I could have just like searched Snowdrop, I guess, off the glamour and not have tributed. And then I could have Snowdrop, tribute over his Mirage Stalio all the same. And then summon out another body from him and made a Strenna. I think that would have been a far better play, but I was caught up in the fact of just like, oh, glamour tribute, when I don't always need to glamour tribute. Again, it's some things, when you start learning a deck, you learn some plays, you really like them, they're satisfying, you want to keep doing them over and over again, and sometimes it's hard to break out of the habit of doing those plays. I'm just very accustomed to always trying to tribute 2, or tribute a search 2 off of glamour. And sometimes you just realize you don't got to do that. You can just search 1, and then if you search a big Rikka, you can just tribute it, or tribute one of their monsters for that summon of that Rikka, whether it be Mudan or Snowdrop. But my opponent is going to go ahead and get the Gazelle on field. Attempt Gazelle effect. I do hit it with an Imperm because I don't want him to get access to another Salad trap or card into the graveyard. He did have to pitch a name off of the Foxy. He didn't want the Foxy to come out, obviously, to pop the Con. It's kind of a high-value target for him, so we had to negate there. He does have Spinny Engrave. And on the summon of the Spinny, this sheet is going to go in. We're going to go ahead and tribute the Spinny as cost, so it gets banished, and then take the Gazelle and basically put him on, have a way to play past that. He does not end phase. He's going to return. I try to pedal. He does have DD Crow for it. And we're going to do a normal summon Carrot Weight here on my turn. Link into the Dryas. And then we're going to activate Sunvine Sowing. And this is just like, we're so far ahead at this point. We have Carrot Weight engraved. We're resolving Sowing with Dryas on field. Bringing out the Seed. Bringing out the Thrasher. And like everything is just like going according to plan. Especially the play you're about to see right now. I have 2 Princess in hand. We're going to discard one of them to bring out the Carrot Weight. And we're going to be able to establish the triple threat board, linking that Carrot Weight, which is, again, is a level 4 lower plant. We can go for Dryas, go for Healer with the Loci, gain 3, and then we're going to go ahead and search off of the Jasmine, and then we're going to grab Mudan, we're going to tribute the Healer, summon out Petal effect, go ahead and grab Snowdrop, the Drop Top, and then we're pretty much off to the races. We're going to tribute over the Gazelle to bring out Snowdrop and Mudan, which I probably should have just summoned them both in attack position, but I just don't have a habit of summoning them in defense. We're going to bring out the Princess, make everything level 4. We're going to overlay into Strenna, detach Mudan to add back the Mudan. And since I did not use Mudan's special summon effect this turn, I can easily use that right now to trigger the Strenna. But I'm also just trying to like focus on having a way for game here, because I need to OTK this turn. There's no reason to not try to go for the OTK. We're going to go ahead and add just Primula off of the Glamour. We're going to tribute the Strenna for the Mudan. And here I realized I'd clogged up my field a little bit. I should have just gone for like a Bengal Lancer first before I did any of this. That way I'd have the extra room to get the Primula on field, although I don't think it would have mattered. We make the second Strenna. Maybe it would have, because maybe I could have gotten extra Ixies on top of that, like a rank 8. I'm not sure. Maybe could have mattered. Or rank 6, or maybe another Link 2. We're going to go for Benji. We're going to use the effect to set. We're going to Chain Hyperion into it, get a spell underneath it. And this is not game. And through all that, I managed to not be able to have a way for game, although I feel like, again, there probably should have been, as I left him at 900, I think. And we have a bounce, we have a monster negate, and my opponent's like, oh, you have two interruptions? Yeah, that's going to be game. And we take it 2-0 there against Salad. So thank you guys so much for watching, and last but not least, a huge thank you goes to our Divine Level channel members who are Pony Star, Cadillacs84, Justin Lamb, HH Cyber, and Mango. Thank you guys so much, as always, for extremely kind and generous support of this channel.